Storied for matchup in the NFC between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas. Two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 19-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brings up 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. D. Ford providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. On the return is Pettis. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Now the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. All right, 25 to that. Check, check. Watch 54.
Now Ryan. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
25, check.
First carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. And let's get some penetration here. Ready, set.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First and goal, Atlanta.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Here's Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He's looking for Ridley again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Down, ready, 280. Game situation.
Now Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, it didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Ryan. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Gallup getting it on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Check 56. You can't block me. You can't block me. Under.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful division. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check 31, check 31.
Prescott now. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here, as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down, Ryan. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now it's Ryan. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Grady Jarrett, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Watch the twins. 25. Check 25. Check 26.
Prescott from the gun. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to them.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come on. Go kill. He don't want it. Gun.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. It's caught. Cooper. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards that time. Now Elliott. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They come out here in the eye. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Here's Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Ryan, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Here's Ryan to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Letting one, and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 47 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Dante Pettis. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned through.
And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 2.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now. And pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On second down, Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Cooper was the intended target. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
I got you, boy.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bullock's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Go, get out the 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing. Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here comes Pettis on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Slam. Out. Check. Lucky. Undercrush.
To throw again. Ryan. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. D Ford, his second sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to go down again. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.